You know, growing up in church all my life, I was told that you had to be on point at all times and you know you got to fight through and you can make it, and God was still there with me.
What's up, everybody? We're doing Leandria Johnson. Okay, she's one of my favorite singers, and definitely, if people ask like, why did you do this? Why do you value YouTube and why do you value live streaming? This is why. Leandria Johnson is incredible. Andreas, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing on your first stream? Pretty good. Pretty good. I am multi-streaming. So, it's funny, you're the first Kick streamer or Kick commenter I've ever had. So, appreciate that. Hey, Tink. But this is nice. So I appreciate you dropping in, Andreas. And if I mispronounce your name, please let me know. Thank you. I've spent time on it for years. Even this little wave thing. I still need to work on like the inverted stuff, right? Like this is that way, whatever. But I appreciate it. Yeah, today we're going over one of my favorite singers, Leandria Johnson. We actually have been gifted, we've been blessed, if you will, with the amount of footage that exists for Leandria Johnson, where we can look at a lot of what she does, and we can do it on YouTube without worrying much about any sort of copyright issue, which is nice. Do I have a Discord ID? I do. You pronounced it better than most people. All right. I do. Let me... It's interesting. I should work on my Twitch or my Kick description. I'm really happy though. You seem to have a lot less latency from responding over YouTube and Twitch, which is nice because I miss that from Mixer. Because that was my first live streaming platform. I don't know if anybody knows this. It no longer exists. So there's that. But let me give you my my Discord ID. As I know, I just forget the hash. It's always that damn hash. Copy username. There we go. I'm hip with the kids. Do I think YouTube has more potential? Infinitely more potential. But I'm already on YouTube, hence the multi-streaming, which is nice. I don't think that my Discord thing came up. There we go. Let me get my hash real fast. You'd think I would know it by now. Isn't it like it's supposed to be... I think I have to go settings. I felt so cool. We were talking about restreaming. I felt on top of it. You know? It's like, I got this. I got this. And then, I can't find my hash. Let's see. I think it's in profiles. Oh, wait, didn't they change Discord? To where actually you don't have a hash? Or was that... Am I making that up? I think that happened. But yeah, that's my... also, let me give you just a link to the Discord server. That might be easier and less time-consuming. So, let's do that. Invite folks. Bam. There we go. You can work on your Twitch PFP profile picture. All right. I appreciate the note. Yeah, I don't think it's funny. And this is why uh it's always interesting. You know, you think you understand things, then you just try out something that you're like, well, I guess I'll just try that, and you throw it away, and it works. A lot more people are watching for a lot longer on Twitch, which isn't shocking, but given that my audience is on YouTube, for them to go to Twitch and then watch me for longer periods of time, it's really interesting because you would think there's friction in moving from platform to platform, but people just like to spend time on their favorite platform. So it's really interesting that you're coming in from Kick. Someone found me from Facebook. My wife was like, "Why are you on Facebook?" I'm like, it's an option in the Restream interface. So I just click the button. And there are folks who are like, "Oh, this is great." So yeah, profile picture and stream ending or starting. That's all for sure. I'll write that down. I'll do it on Kick as well. Kick and Twitch, starting and ending, and profile picture, which is, I believe, too many conjunctions to be grammatically correct, but here we are. It's funny, lots of folks, it didn't get a lot of views. I did the one chip challenge to sing opera, and I thought that was going to do better, but so it's always good to try things. So I will work on my my profile stuff. I appreciate the feedback. I do, because I don't spend a lot of time on Twitch and Kick. I'll go to Twitch to support friends and colleagues and stuff like that, but I don't spend a lot of time there. And I feel that as a creator who's now on those platforms and seeing results from those platforms, that I should probably go and do those things. It helps people basically look on how professionally you've been running the channel, for sure. You can help you. ID hasn't appeared. Did the link appear? That should be the Discord link. You know what? It's not showing up on my end, so oh god, yeah, commands. Oh boy, yeah. Exclamation commands. That's something I need to do. Let me just go on a Kick itself, and then I'll just send you the Discord link. I appreciate all of this so much. Thank you. A little late getting to the stream here, but I think this kind of thing is very important. So let me go there. Good, it starts out muted. Is that disconnected from chat? To log in to get my own. How is that wrong? Wow. Let's just do this. And that way I can go to this. There we go. Nice. I think that's me. Got my stream settings? I have no idea. This is... answering your question to the fact that I struggle to do it is very much a sign that I need to do this better. So it really helps to get, as someone who uses that platform, Andreas, I appreciate all of this. So this is one of the things I always liked about quote-unquote smaller platforms, is that the user base of these smaller platforms, Kick is not that small, throwing around like, was it 100 million or some crazy shit to XQC. Someone had a great joke. I was like, wow, that's so much money. And you know, XQC does a lot of gambling on his stream. So someone made a joke like, you know, he'll gamble it all right back on Kick. So like yeah, they gave him 100 mil, but like it's really more like a 10 mil because he'll drop 90 mil. But these are numbers that I just cannot compute. So I mean, it's just outrageous amounts of success. So it's cool that that exists in this space. But I probably won't ever see that, but you know, we'll see. All right. Well, we're gonna look at so what I do, Andreas, is I'm an opera singer, and you know, I've been classically trained. I studied for 18 years. I know I don't look it. I'm a little older than I look. And this is awesome, Andreas. I appreciate that, man. Also, nice profile picture. Snoop Dogg is fantastic. So what I do is dirty reaction content because I'm a plebeian. But I do it from the lens of an analysis. I will stop the video. I'll be like, here's from an anatomy point of view what's going on, which actually reminds me I have to load up my anatomy software before I do any of this, because I've watched this a few times, and Leandria Johnson is like a superhuman with so many different things, but I really want to focus on her posture and just how involved that gets, because when I was learning, not a lot of people talked about it, much to my dismay. Which is kind of awful. It's a very important part of singing. Essential, even. It's, you know, I had perfect placement, if you want to call it that. Not perfect, but it was, you know, it was good. It's possibly even great. And, I could only hit a G natural. And I did what my teachers told me. And it just didn't work. And I was like, why is this happening? What am I doing wrong? And then eventually I worked with someone who specializes in posture. And it went from not being able to hit a G natural consistently, which was embarrassing as someone with a degree, to yesterday I hit one of the best B naturals of my life. And right now, I'll show what I'm working on right now. Move that over. This is the anatomy software that we're going to be using right here. And we're going to be using this. Now, unfortunately, because this is no longer on Blender, I have to decapitate the model every time. We don't need arterial. Muscular insertions. We should probably have the insertions. Okay. Yeah, we'll get rid of the epiglottis. Alright. That'll work. Omohyoids. I kind of want to keep one of the omohyoids, and sternocleidomastoids can go. Sternothyroids. Yeah, here we go. Let's get rid of the membrane so we can talk more. We get rid of the ligaments, we get a clearer picture of what's going on. It's really we're basically only going to be talking about the larynx. Thyrohyoid. Actually, let's keep one on this side, because there's a theory that is coming around regarding the thyrohyoid, and as it pertains to belting. There we go. So we'll get that on the other side. Such as banners. I feel like this is not showing up the way I wanted to. Nope, no, that would be why. Such as banners. Alright. Anya, I'm doing something. Go to mommy. Go to mommy. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm live right now. I need a dog cam. I saw that there was a streamer with a dog cam. That's what I need. This adorable little creature. Because nothing says doxing like a dog tag. Alright. I'm gonna have to lock you out of the room, unfortunately. Go to mommy. Hold on. 1 second. Come on. I hate doing that. Kind of like gently push her out. She wants to stay in. So like she just kind of puts her weight on her back, and I'm like pushing her slowly, and she's sliding, and she just looks at me like the amount of rejection that I'm delivering upon her is irredeemable.
What's your testimony? Right before I got here, I lost my house.
All right. Well, that's outweighed its usefulness, so we'll keep that in there. Okay. Yeah, Snoop Dogg is great. Behance portfolio, which can help you. Awesome. Yeah. Luckily, I think my image editing has gotten pretty good over the years. So I think I can successfully make my own banners and stuff like that, which is nice. Let's see. I'm actually, even though the video got shite views, really proud of the thumbnail I made for. Let's see. This is the I did the one chip challenge, and you know, it's not the best ever, but it's something I'm really proud of. Especially relative to my stock thumbnails that I used to do. Let's see. This right here. This was the most recent thumbnail for the most recent video. So I'm excited to do more with that. And let's get that old asset back. Where's the blur? Where'd that go? Did I just not have it on? Yeah, I suppose I don't need it. Let me turn off the fan so we get that going. Oh. No one wants to hear that. A little noise in the background. Emotes I need to work on. That's a thing that I did not grow up with. When we wanted emotes, we did, you know, brackets and stuff like that. I'm dating myself right now, unfortunately. AOL Instant Messenger. Those emotes. It was always cool when someone would draw something with slashes. And they would like make an image. I always thought that was cool. Now we have GIFs and photos, which is fancy relative to what I do. Animations? You could check out what artwork I have, every type of artwork. If you want to just send that at a DM on Discord, I'd appreciate that. I'd very much like to take a look at that. I appreciate, by the way, I really do appreciate the warm welcome from Kick. Yeah, it's always it's nice when you're received on a platform that you just don't know. Because it's a welcome. You know what I mean? It's like I'm in your house and you've invited me in. So, and I know that sounds weird, but that's I think how it feels. Good. Thank you. Thank you. We're gonna get though into the Leandria Johnson video. So we're gonna do that. All right. This one is a weird one. All right.
Waiting patiently, oh, in this line, he was there. I thank the Lord.
And it's funny, when we think of Leandria Johnson, oftentimes we're thinking of like the crazy, crazy stuff that she can do. And, you know, that's warranted. But what we don't talk about, I think, is just the sound of her voice when she's in her low and her mid-range. It's actually quite nice. She has a nice voice. She has a pretty sound. Just want to test something real quick. It said OBS crashed. Is it crashed for anybody? Because it seems like it's working fine on my end. I've been getting a lot of issues with my Intel stuff. My 3070 Ti has been acting weird. Which is a shame because I invested in the 3070 Ti to not have these problems. But anyway. Hey, apples. Working fine? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Weird. I was going to talk about her sense of rhythm.
You know God was there. Raise your hand. Yeah, he was there. Without a guide, seeking, sent him, lifted me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the chain.
That's another thing, like when we're talking about Leandria Johnson, another thing we kind of miss and don't talk about it. The musicianship. The rhythm and the flow are really important. And a big part of the flow is dynamics. When we talk about rhythm, right, we have emphasis on different beats in simple time signatures. And this is kind of a Moombahton sort of thing, like da-dum-dum, boom, da-dum-dum. And she's got it to where it's more like boom, da-dum-dum, boom, da-dum-dum, right? And so that gives that emphasis on the offbeat. And it sounds much better that way.
That will bind me whole. Who the sun set free is truly free indeed. I'm walking in my liberty. Oh, the Lord was there to keep me. Why he kept me in the midst of it all. Yeah, in the midst of it all. Yeah, Jesus, Jesus.
Wow. It's funny that she's gotten remarkably better since this performance. Not that this is bad. One of the things that she's doing a lot better now is her runs are, they give more emphasis to each pitch, which is quite hard to do. When you do runs and you do it on the same vowel, but that's just kind of a blended kind of line. Ideally, you can use different techniques to give rhythmic emphasis. A che d'amore la fiamma io sento, non sa di giubilo e di contento. Right? So I have consonants in that phrase. And then also like I kind of like, I tilt and untilt my thyroid cartilage right here, the Adam's apple. And that can give emphasis to the beat. She's not necessarily doing that here as well as she does it later. This is still fantastic, by the way. But it's this idea that, you know, people, that singing is completely natural, that you have the gift or you don't. I mean, there's some truth to talent for sure, and she's a remarkable talent, but she's a hardworking woman. And she is not complacent. And that's what I want to point out by talking about that.
Saint Jesus, Saint
It's my favorite tracks.
Jesus.
Yeah, buddy. Yes. This is why I'm here for Leandria Johnson. Let's go. Fantastic.
My bright and morning star, Jesus. How many tried to call her? How many tried to call her? I know. Ain't nobody do me like Jesus. Ain't nobody do me like Jesus.
So, okay, this is where we got to do a full disclosure. You can't teach that. Like, you can teach people to growl. You can teach people stuff like that. I'm not well versed in those particular techniques, but you can learn to do those things. What you can't learn it is like my heart wells up when I hear that. It's simultaneously holy crap impressive, while also like, whoo, it's all, she's the whole thing. Leandra Johnson's the whole thing. Getting messages on Discord. I gotta mute the notifications here because we're filming a video. Someone asked me if I'm streaming live on YouTube. I am. I'm live on all the platforms except for X, which should really just remain Twitter. So Twitter, I'm not live there. I'm not live on TikTok, not live on Instagram. I don't think what other platforms exist. A couple of other ones, but oh boy, let's mute these incoming things. I wonder, can I just deafen myself? Will that work? I think that works. Yeah, right? Yeah. No, sorry, I'm just in the midst of, you didn't irritate me, Andres. I'm just in the midst of doing this. And it's not you. My friend messaged me a bunch as well. I just need to mute the thing. Let me get to what you sent me. I didn't mean to have you feel as though you're irritating me, because you're not. Let's see. Let's see. I cannot read Cyrillic. So I apologize. I just don't know what you're saying. So my experience in Cyrillic is having a coach tell me what Rachmaninoff sounds like, or what the words are. So I unfortunately I don't know. Let's see. I'm taking a look now. Oh, business logo. Yeah, these are great. Yeah, these are nice. I do have a lot of this stuff prepared already, but it is most certainly not of this quality. The overlays would be particularly nice. Especially because you can make these. That if I save up for anything, it would be the overlays, because I feel as though my overlays are not good. You know, like I kind of just make these things up in OBS, and I don't have that like slick overlay with all the notification stuff. That's something I need to work on. Yeah, no, that would most definitely be appreciated if I could lay that out. Now full disclosure here, I took such a back seat on the amount that I upload to work on a few things, some personal, some professional. So the money, the income coming in right now, not enough to pretty much pay for anything. I got ice cream. I got 3 things of ice cream because of the one chip challenge, and that was a hit to the bank account. It will be fine. It will be fine. I think I have a good pattern right now of streaming in the mornings when I have that energy, because I just go to bed early these days because I'm an old man. So I was trying to stream later at night for the American audience, but it was just not possible. So doing this now at this time of day, then following it up with editing, and responding to different comments on different platforms. That's a workflow that I think I can go back to uploading, 30 to 60 videos a month on YouTube. So we can discuss it on Discord. But I also want to pay you what you're worth, and I also want a very specific. I would want it very much tailored, and I would want a conversation, a consultation, and for that, I would very much want to pay you what you're worth. I am not very far away from being able to pay my bills. I can pay my bills. It's just the excess income. Give it about a month, and I'll be in a different state. Well, not staying in the same state, but financial state. Yeah. Thank you for the offer. Thank you for the information. Thank you for the welcome. I will most certainly reach out when it is time. Well, I mean, now is the time. for content reasons, but you know what I mean. All right, let's get this here.
Oh, you ought to grab your neighbor by the hand real quick and look him in the eye and say, Jesus. Oh. When you're in the valley, you gotta call on Jesus. When you're in the valley, you gotta get down on your knees and say, Jesus, Jesus.
Woo! Oh my God! Oh, wow. Oh, oh man. One of the things about Leandra Johnson too, I'm glad I kind of did some research on her because she's so interesting. She grew up doing this. That's another thing you can't really teach. That takes a tremendous amount of experience. And this is so quintessential and commonplace in gospel as far as I've seen. She knows how to not work the audience, which is how you would generally kind of talk about it. She's good at working with the audience because at the end of the day, gospel isn't about the individual. It's not even about the audience. It's about sharing a spirituality. And when you grow up with doing this, you hit that and it's just so damn compelling, the conviction of it. And it's not something that's easy to do at all. You can feel the hype and you can feel her voice. It's incredible. She's incredible. Oh my God. Ooh. Ooh. You can feel it from a mile away.
Thank you so much. I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank Music World, my children, Matthew Knowles, the team, Chris Ayers, Uncle G, Michelle, Jeremy.
Oh, this is when she won the Grammy.
Mom and Dad, my
Good for
dad
her.
is here,
Totally
my
deserved
brother's
it.
here, my granddad, my brother, rest in peace, Philip Johnson, my grandmother. I love you. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad.
Yes, better recognize that you get that Grammy. She's so humble. Can you give me your YouTube? Yes. Also, hey Matt, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate that. Sure, I won't hesitate under it. Here's my YouTube. It's just Lesage singing. It's the same as my username here. No spaces, I don't think. On YouTube there's a space. There might be a space on YouTube. Let's find out real quick. You'd think I would know this. My own handle. There is a space. Lesage space singing. So. Awesome sauce. I love doing this shit live, by the way. Thank you all for tuning in. This is like my favorite part about making content is the live stuff. It's literally why I got into it, was this. So this is a blessing. So I appreciate y'all. And this is like a slideshow of her winning different awards. Go right into that. Oh my god.
All you gotta do is get down on your knees and pray sometimes. My God, He made a way.
Oh, okay, a little scatting. A little scatting.
I just want, to get some money and say I just want, and you don't know which way.
That takes a lot of experience as a performer to just kind of take that moment to chill. You know what I mean? As performers, we try to put on a show, but to kind of just calmly say it is remarkably effective. The other thing, too, that I wanted to talk about are her vowels. So Rochelle Farrell is like the queen of vowel morphing and doing all this crazy stuff with vowels. But when we think of Leandria Johnson, I think, when the moments that stick out are when she goes, ah, Jesus, right, the bright vowels. But that's not all she does. Like right here. There's so much going on there. She is using neutral vowels there. There was a moment where she went nasal on purpose, right? Then there was a moment she clenched her jaw. Then there was a moment she kind of kept that clench to kind of give a straight tone vowel. And then she brings all of the sound right back. And that's all in like one phrase. Get right back to it. Okay, now she's just whistling.
I just want, to get some money and say I just want, and you don't know which way.
Okay, now she's whistling. Whoa, wait, what? Hold on, no, vibrato on a like whistling? What? What? I'm sorry, what? What? I have never heard that in my life. I've never heard that in my life. Huh. Okay, a little scatting. A little scatting. Oh, the clips did not work for that. That's a damn shame. Okay. Yeah, now I think OBS actually stopped working, which sucks. I think I turned replay buffer, or I turned automatic screen switcher on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to reload OBS. I'll be right back. Right back. Yeah, she's just, that stuff is stuck in my head. It's so good. All right. Just checking if we're live on the platform right now. Are we back on? No, we should be back on. There we go. Sweet. We're back. Sorry about that. I messed up my my advanced scene switcher. It sometimes will crash certain things if I change the recording state while advanced scene switcher is on. So it's a shame that I lost the replay. I don't do follow for follow because the engagement does not follow that. I respect the hustle, but it doesn't really work. And this is someone, by the way, just so you know where I'm coming from on this. This is not a. I'm not like virtue signaling. I spent my early part of my streaming or my content creation career on Instagram when it was growing, and I did follow for follow every day. I would do 100 follows a day. Didn't work. I mean, it got the followers, but it didn't do anything. So, like, my growth was non-existent. So, yeah. So follow for follow is not it's not going to work for you, my guy. It doesn't work for anybody. But again, I appreciate the hustle. Let me bring this up a little bit. All right. Yeah, for whatever reason, the mic is getting like lower in volume as I go on. But anyway, okay, we're going back. We're going back to Leandra Johnson. How do you even do the vibrato? How do you do that? Is that like a tongue thing? I have no clue how that's done at all. That's kind of insane. That's so hard. That's so hard. That's so difficult, and she's just, it's easy for her. This is insane. Let's talk about why that's hard. Real quick. We're going to talk about why that's difficult. So there are a couple ways to cause distortion in the voice. You can, I like the uveal in the tongue, but what she's doing is she's using the false folds, which are these things right here. They exist above the vocal folds, which are right there. That's that little moment right there. So these things are much larger. So they can impose their will, generally speaking, on the vocal folds. Using your false folds is not efficient. It is the opposite of efficient. Most of the time, you don't want these things contracted at all. And I can show you a simple trick so that you can feel how uncomfortable this can be. Imagine your favorite smell. Maybe it's coffee. It's I love coffee. I need another cup. Anyway, so if you smell that flavor, that smell that you love, and just let, and you have one of those moments, you'll feel your throat opening. What that is, it is the false folds retracting. And that is ideal. That's way more efficient. What she's doing is this. Take that inhale, and then as you exhale, make a sound. I'm streaming right now. Hold on. What's up? Okay. Are you headed out? Okay. Anyway, when you exhale, start to kind of close, start like as you are exhaling, making sound, start to kind of like hold your breath. Just that process of holding your breath, make it gradual. And it's very, very unpleasant to do. So I'll use another form of distortion, and I'll show you what she's doing to make this significantly healthier, because she's so smart. And by smart, I mean natural talent. She probably doesn't think about any of this. But I need to, because I'm not as good. So, but this is an example of what she is doing to protect her voice. She's using nasality. So if I go, that's a form of distortion. That's the epiglottis going back, and the false folds kind of rumbling against the epiglottis. I got a dog. There's the epiglottis. Epiglottis. There we go. There it is. I didn't actually realize the epiglottis was... How'd that go on? Flapping of the nasal. It's the flapping of the false folds. And then she uses nasality as a matter of protection, like kind of a layer of protection, or like preemptive kind of thing. So, one of the things that you can do to create this distortion is, this is the epiglottis. This is responsible for swallowing. This protects you from swallowing into your lungs. That's the job of the epiglottis. Now notice it's very close to the false folds. If you bring your epiglottis back using the tongue just a little bit, you'll get it into a spot where you can rattle the false folds against it. And you can go, yeah. The problem with that is, as bright as that is, and as much as that projects, it's actually very not comfortable. And so one of the ways you can address that, and this is the way that she addresses that, is you nasalize it. Yeah, Jesus, right? I want to get a picture of the pharynx. Unfortunately, Wikipedia is like... whenever we look at Wikipedia, the imagery is like really involved. I'm gonna bring up Singing in the MRI, which is a cool little channel. You know what? No, we're gonna go with Dr. Reed Blaylock, because anything I can do to support this man is phenomenal. He's just really, really, really good. He does MRI scans of beatboxers. Now, the only thing that's unfortunate about this is that it's very difficult to make out MRI video footage. I forget, he explained to me why it's the case that the resolution in MRI video footage is so difficult. Let me get my paint up. I have it up. Let's see. I have the I have her stuck in my head, which is not a bad thing. I know it. Alright. Alright, let's get that bigger. I really need to know like a way to make the painting less like pixelated. I wonder if there's like a way to do like a brush or something like that. I might also just start using GIMP for this, because I think I can get a cleaner thing. Let's do that right now. Let me set that up, because I find the pixelated nature of Paint's brush to be bad. So let's just fix that real fast. We'll export this. Come on now. Okay. Put it yonder. Do effects. We'll just make it green. Probably could have generated this with FFmpeg, but yeah. No one got time for FFmpeg. Learning those commands. I mean, it's a good thing to do, but this is going to be a kind of a one and done. FFmpeg, for those who don't know, command line based. It's command line based. How do I do this? It's a command line based video editor. It's very, very, very powerful, very fast. Initially existed for the purpose of all things, anime. And now it's become this kind of incredible source. Yeah, that looks way better. All right, we're going to use that instead of Paint. Use GIMP. And then this will be, putting that over yonder. Boosh. Yeah, right there. All right. Oh, no, we were looking at the MRI footage. All right. So this is the pharynx. This is the more commonly known as the soft palate. This is when it's down. And this becomes kind of a release valve. It goes right through the nostrils. But when it's up, this is what we consider generally to be efficient singing. We lift the soft palate, we make the space. And that tends to produce a very, very, a much more pleasant sound. You'll have, ah. So I'll motion with my hands. Ah, right? And that's what she's doing as she goes up for those grindy bits. That keeps her safe. It also adds a quality that makes it sound much more hype. And why is she doing this? Because she's brilliant. Does she know she's doing it? No. She doesn't need to know. She just does it. And that's the mark of someone who's incredible. And this stuff is down in your bones. That's how you know. I think I need to change the react bit to make my face a little larger. Yeah, that'll work. What? I'm sorry, what? The reason, well, one of the many reasons why this is so darn impressive is her posture. I gotta find a way to do this posture business. Was I right here? I think this is where I had, yeah, head gimp right here. I know. All right. All right. So posture is difficult. It's difficult to do. What we have right here is a bending over. And so what that helps to do is it helps extend the back. And that's actually really, really, really important. Let's get a Z anatomy up. Glad I kept the omohyoid. Okay, this can be a little difficult to kind of make sense of, but don't worry, I'll explain it. The hyoid bone is on top of the larynx. It's this bone right here. And there's a muscle called the omohyoid. So it connects to the hyoid bone and then goes all the way down into the shoulder blade. So if you bring your shoulder blades down and back, you're going to bring down your larynx in not a good way. The folds and the larynx, well, the larynx does go up a little bit. You're not going to want it to like, you don't want to kind of like have it pop out your mouth, but it does go up a little bit. And so you need to let it move. But if the omohyoid is contracted in such a way, or yeah, yes, contracted in such a way where the hyoid bone is pushing down. That is, and this is the technical term, no bueno. And yeah. So it's very, very important that you have kind of an expanded back and you're not contracting. So let's take another look at what she's doing here. So you have that, right? Now, it's also not a good idea to kind of collapse your chest. The consequences of that are a little bit more easy to understand. When you have your torso contract, you're actually putting out more air. And you want less air when you go up higher. Now, that's not to be confused with what people call support. What support is it's the expanding of your torso to prevent the contraction that would expel more air from your lungs. The lungs don't have structure of their own. It's like a plastic bag. And that plastic bag is just connected to your torso. So yes, the diaphragm, everyone says diaphragmatic breathing. Listen, if your diaphragm isn't working, newsflash, you're dead. The diaphragm works whether or not you want it to. Control your bowels right now. Stop your heart from beating. Go. That's the silliness in which what diaphragmatic breathing is. It works whether or not you want it to, unless, well, let's not talk about situations where it might not work, because that's morbid. So the diaphragm is, responsible for inhalation and exhalation almost entirely, but not entirely. Everything you do with your torso that would affect the lungs, that contraction does also happen with the exhale. And by the way, you can't feel your diaphragm. There are no nerve endings. So you might feel your abdominal wall, you might feel your pubis or your back, your lower back, any of these things, and you might associate it with diaphragmatic breathing. And if it works for you, that's great. Ignore everything I just said. I don't care if it's technical or more sound. The important thing is that it works for you, the way that this foot pedal is not working for me. Flapping of the nasal. I think we've that. I know that that's your secret technique. And yes, no bueno. It's the technical term. I would know. I have a degree. Sometimes I finish my sentences like a Jim Carrey. I'm just practicing my foot pedal now. I'm not Sushi Dragon, y'all. All right. So you don't want that collapsing of the chest, right? But she's bent over. How is she not contracting her chest? Well, this is where Leandria Johnson has a freaking superpower. What she is doing she's got this kind of straight line here because she is using her pubis for the exhale. So the pubis is right about in there. That's the only thing that's contracting. Everything else is pretty erect. And the haircut kind of belies the reality that her neck is quite elongated. So her posture, even though she's bending over like that, her posture is still immaculate. I hate that when I do the paint stuff that the green hits so hard on my face. I should have set up the third monitor to do those things, but it is what it is. Oh, the lungs are so good. I mean, come on. This is silly. Look at the posture. It's so darn good. And here's the thing that people get twisted about posture. All right, balance is not static, it's active. That's why when you have these contraptions in the fitness world that work on your posture and your balance, you get those little ball things where it does that. And the only way you can do to utilize those things is to actively shift your weight in order to stay balanced. So that's balance. It's active. So her posture is great, her balance is great, and the result is an amazing, amazing delivery of the human voice. Anya, you're killing me. I need a dog cam. Let me write that down. Yes, you're a dog. You're a dog. She might actually have to go. Oh yeah, I said the words and now she's doing all crazy dancing. I need a dog cam. Plus third monitor for green screen. Screen drawing. It's interesting when I talk to the camera, she gets up and she's like, "What about me? What about me?" I don't know what she thinks. So maybe she's worried that I'm talking to myself. Smart dog. She's aware of the human psyche, like a boss. All right, so we are 10 minutes, 11 seconds into this video. Hey, Tom. How you doing, man? All right, taking notes. My my iPencil busted, so I can't use my iPad for notes, which stinks. But pen and paper just is good, right? All right. What am I coding? Nothing currently. Let me see if this code open. Oh, right. Because you're watching, right? It's a little slightly behind. I'll show you what I'm working on. We're gonna chill on the Leandria Johnson bit because I have enough footage to work with for the rest of the day, and I don't want to overwhelm myself. But to answer your question, what am I coding? Let's get that up. I should probably do it. We're here. Yeah. And you can't see it. I'll zoom in. Can I zoom in? It's difficult to see, isn't it? What about this view? It's better, but not quite. That's because of the GIMP nonsense. Can y'all see this? Because this makes my eyes bleed right here. It's barely visible. I'm wondering if there's a way to increase the font size. Oh, I'll just get into it. So I've been making some basic functions to organize stuff. So this is my, I insert the full path of the current video that I'm working on. And, or that I've edited out, the final product, right? That it's ready to, the one that's ready to go to YouTube. I use OpenCV, or CV2, to determine the length of the video in minutes, rounding down. And then I populate a TXT file, that specific one, with like 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, in the format that exists for YouTube ads placement. And then I use a script, macro, that references each, it's like a for loop for each line of the TXT file, and it will insert into YouTube an ad every single minute, which, for those of you who don't know, when you insert an ad from the creator perspective, it's just telling YouTube, you can put an ad here. Generally speaking, that doesn't, you know, like if you're watching the video, you generally don't get force-fed a tremendous amount of ads. But that opportunity to do that is a significant bump in income for creators, sometimes as much as like 20 to 30%. So I just do that automatically because, you know, when you upload a lot of videos, the distribution of said videos, you know, you spend a lot of time uploading and editing and clipping. So anytime I can take something that's asinine like this and automate it, I do it. The same is true for, here, I'll bring up Pullover's Macro Creator. Yeah. This is not the one I want. So this is a, Pullover's Macro Creator is a GUI, graphic user interface, for AutoHotkey, which is a language specific to Windows. AutoHotkey is just basically a code language that automates your keyboard and your mouse movements. And you know, you can learn these things. You can code in AHK. AHK is not a hard language, AutoHotkey. But you know, if you can make a graphic user interface, that's the play. So this is Pullover's Macro Creator. It can do for loops and do all that stuff. It's much quicker to enter commands here than it is to code it. So, and it can record macros as well. It can record your keyboard and mouse movement. So right here, I place the ads. I just give the number of clicks and the number of delete and whatever. And then it populates for loop inline. And I have this for moving my files. So what I'll have is this. Let me make sure that I'm on the right directory here. Right. So this is my output directory for, I'm gonna move my camera a little bit. This is my output directory for OBS, as well as OBS Vertical. It's a bit of a mess, right? And because I'm using VLC and specifically the MKV format, I don't have a thumbnail. I don't understand which video is which, right? So what I do is I do this. I'll go to Polaris Macro Creator. I'll run 2 Python scripts that will take anything that starts, because if you go back here, what you have is you'll have replay, right? So this is a replay, right? It's a clip. I have my 9x16s go there, although I'm confused as to why they're not there, but regardless. Is this just a... Yeah, okay. So sometimes the clipping gets a little weird, because I'm not used to the vertical plugin yet. And the vertical plugin, is this gonna... Yeah, it's this thing on the right over here. So it'll record vertical as I record horizontal 16:9 versus 9:16. So anyway, it's a lot of files to go through, right? That's why I have this run. Boom. Although that's a boo-boo. Welcome to coding. Computers are fun and useful. I gotta load that. So what should have happened is that it should have moved the video files into the next directory. Let's see. And the problem I had before was I gave an index loop. But yeah. So these should have gone into the and also that should have gone into the other one. This should be horizontal, correct? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know all was that. Yeah, it's horizontal. All right. So anything ending with 9 MKV is vertical. Where did I learn to code? There's a Microsoft tutorial on Python that's actually really good. It's like a really good. So I went through that, and then my brother's a software engineer, and I would say that he helped a lot. He tried to help, but he's been coding since he was 9 years old. So it's very difficult for him to kind of like break it down for an adult. So I met someone on Mixer ultimately who is an engineer, who's an older man who picked it up later in his life. And I think he's a data scientist, and he used to be on the back end, but I think now he's doing both front end and back end. Back end being infrastructure, front end being user experience. And so we would do these projects because whenever I would ask for my brother's help, he would like skip steps because, you know, it's in his bones kind of thing. So yeah, I learned to code that way. And now, honestly, ChatGPT is really, really good. It's really good. Now where's non-video folders? It is OSPath join source dir. Destination dir. And you'd imagine that that's either labeled wrong. That's weird. Move if it starts with string for folder and non-folders. Let's check that out right now. Just run that. This has also been bizarre, is that I've been having trouble debugging. You're a cloud engineer? Nice. That's That's the business. I've been having trouble with VS Code. Like, it doesn't debug, and I put this directory as a trusted directory. But for whatever reason, it won't work. Just as well, I can, it should be looping over the directory here. So that, you know, I can do multiple videos and just move them into different directories as I'm filming, as I'm live, right? It organizes my footage. But for whatever reason, it's not doing that. And that would take me a little bit to figure out. Not only that, I can't debug right now for whatever reason. Yeah, so it's just not moving video files. It's just not doing it, which is weird. And the other thing too is that the replay, this should have been all here. Everything else is. Little scatter. Everything else is, but that specific file is not moving. So it's weird. That's fine. So generally what I do is this. I'm going to put together all of the videos that I do. And one of the things that makes it really easy is that I automate OBS via, I used to try and do it with FFmpeg and do all this stuff in post-production, but, and we got it to work, but it was incredibly temperamental and it took so long because what we would do in order to cut out the silence, we would inject keyframes into every single frame. Because in order to cut accurately, you need to do that. You need to insert keyframes. And you can't, or maybe it's possible with FFmpeg to like insert a keyframe at the end of the audio and then go from there. Oh yeah, man, I haven't done beatboxing in a long time. I miss it. Dilo started pumping out more reaction videos. He's done 2 in a row, and I was gonna just go off of his stuff. Shazam has been slacking is the wrong word. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him, but Shazam. I know Sin left. It's very easy to get burnt out on React content because, you know, if you're someone who likes to get better at a thing, it becomes difficult at a certain point to get better at React content. I'm trying to find inventive ways to get better at it. Because if I don't, I get bored. I really want to go back to beatboxing content. But right now, it's like I got to get my baseline. I think I have a good routine. I think I stream earlier in the day, which sucks for my American audience. But I can do it on the weekends, and that's fine. I'll do a React video for an hour-ish, right? I'll talk to people like I am now. And then I take a break and I just edit for the rest of the day, and I distribute. GBB 2023 just finished. Do React when the battles come out. A lot of beatbox diversity this time around. Yeah, I said in another video I wouldn't do GBB, but they did kind of make adjustments. You know, and I know that the adjustments, people have an issue with them, and I do too. But you know, they're trying, and it's a lot harder to solve these problems than I think people realize. So yeah, I'll definitely do GBB. I think Dilo just did one of the wild cards. So that's exciting. Anyway. I don't think the code is busted. I think something is wrong with the running of it. Because it worked yesterday, and now for whatever reason I can't debug. Yeah, instant replays in use. That's why that didn't move though. Yeah, I need to. I want to do more loop reactions too, because you know, I loop. That's another thing I wanted to kind of bring in was I want to fit that in somehow, where I get to loop a silly video once a day, because I practice my technique before I go live. But my creative process is something I haven't really made time for, which is bad. So yeah, I gotta think about that one. So I think what I'm gonna do is, like, for the rest of this week, I'm probably just gonna focus on this specific workflow with the singing stuff. Then I'll probably do like shorts. I'll add that like at the tail end instead of just having a conversation like this. I'll like loop while there's a conversation, because it doesn't take that much time to loop. And then I can do the video editing on that later. I have like a fun system where I'll do this and then I'll grab it as an instant replay, and then I'll do this. But you know, like the instant replay right now is something from the other stream. But if I do this, right, and then I go over to here and then here and then here, stuff like that, it ends up working in such a way where I get a video in video, music video, which usually is incredibly time consuming, like ridiculously time consuming. Den's Searching, Spider Horse remix. Oh man, dude, I love Den. Is so good. Den is so good. He's so fucking good, man. He's a great singer in terms of his technical application to beatboxing. Because stylistically, it's very different what you have to do as a singer if you're going to do these incredibly, like, the pressure behind a plosive, right? If you do that and you sing in a way that's a little bit more beefy, so if I go, wanna, I'll go in a second. If I do that, and I put a plosive, I'm not trying to bring my tongue back. It's a response to the excess of air. So you actually have to sing quite lightly. One of the great people who does this is Michael Jackson. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who says that I am the one. Right? His hitting of the consonants is like he and all that shit. It only works because he sings really light. And it's amazing how influential that style has become as a result of him. Anyway, I got to take my dog out before she has a conniption. So I will be back tomorrow with a new stream, which is exciting. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's going live is like my favorite way of making content because I love talking to y'all. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting with me. Thanks for caring. It's really humbling. So appreciate y'all.